Welcome back. I found the fragment. It's this chest here. It's like, I was very much like expecting to come back to the ancient battlefield and then there'd be something else going on and then this would lead to this chest. Completely forgot to check in later to see if like that was the case and like I could actually get here, didn't I? It's like, I saw it, I knew it was here. It's like, no, I just missed coming around here. That's all I did. So, quartz fragment. Chest fact. Chests have domed lids to discourage being sat on and repel water from pooling atop it. Doing so extends the lifespan of the chest. Oh, interesting. So, that therefore means... I see you've brought me a data fragment. I'll have to deliver it to our forensics team to have the cult terminal data analyzed. Is that alright with you? Of course. Go right ahead. Very well. Please wait a moment. Page 3 of Information Terminal 3 on the Divine Child, decrypted. Information Terminal 3 on the Divine Child, fully decrypted. Finally, all data on Informational Terminal 3 has been successfully analyzed. Would you like to check it immediately? Yes, please. On the Divine Child. Crossbell is the home of the DG, go with that, and the land of origin, as it is the very place where our order inherited the Divine Child from our founders. The Divine Child represents the true God, and her existence is the symbol of DG. Underneath the Sun Fort slumbers what appears to be a human girl in perpetuity. In reality, she awaits the moment of her awakening on top of the altar in the Sun Fort. For someone to live this long might be hard to believe for us mortals. However, I have seen her with my own eyes. Within the sphere, referred to as the Sacred Cradle, slumbers a little girl, a divine presence. The Sacred Cradle was created by the predecessors of our sect, based on the techniques alchemists had learned by studying artifacts, meaning that, like those phenomena described as miracles, there is nothing miraculous to be found here. From her era of inception on, the Divine Child, via Gnosis, has been entrusted with knowledge which can be best described as infinite. Once wisdom is achieved, the Divine Child will awaken and she will become the true God, D. And the souls and minds of all will be gathered within D, releasing the people from the goddess's spell. That is the prophecy left by the predecessors of DG, and the ambition we shall fulfill. Looks like this data is about Kia from before you began shouting her at the SSS building. Kia was created by the Croy family 500 years ago, and given to the cult's founders to be their object of worship. They called her the Divine Child and placed her in the cradle of the Sun Fort until she could become the vessel for their new god. Yes, but they kept the full truth from the cult's founders. Little did they know they were being manipulated by the Croy family. All the while they spent centuries chasing the fantasy of a true god. It's pitiful in a way. And they made their bed. They weren't deserving of mercy, let alone pity. Cult's transgressions aside, can't forget that Kia is just as much a victim in this as anyone. Even if she was created by the Croy family to fulfill their delusional ambitions. Even if she does possess miraculous power and terrifying inhuman abilities, it doesn't matter. None of that is her fault. The night she woke up at the auction, she was just a normal little girl. She asked for none of this. Before that, she was locked inside the cradle for hundreds of years, afraid and alone, because of the twisted delusions of the people who created her. And now Marie Bell and Mr. Grimwood are trying to exploit her. I'm straight. It don't matter what they're trying to do for Crossbell. We ain't gonna let them off the hook for hurting Keto. Well, with this, all of the cult's data has been successfully analyzed. I don't know all the details of the operation you're currently planning, but even so, I know as well as anyone just how much Kia means to each of you. I'm sure you'll do everything in your power to bring her home. Don't forget there will be people cheering you on, myself included. Thanks, Rebecca. That means a lot. Promise that we're going to bring Kia back, no matter what. We're going to fight to protect the future, where every child in Crossbell can smile, Kia included. It's terminal. Quite clever. May as well hand in the notebook while we're here. Looks to me like you've been hard at work filling out your combat notebook. I'd like to record your information into our database. Mind if I see it for a minute? With pleasure. Should be a lot of stuff in there. Thank you very much. Here's your notebook back. Let me gather your compensation. Please accept this. That's it? For all that? Don't forget to stop by once you collected more monster data, okay? I got stuff from the Azure tree in there, and you're like, yeah, whatever. Thanks. We will. Of course. We'll see to it that we visit. Alright, so now we need to do a little bit of rounds on the Macabre. Moments ago, as you were busy fighting the Divine Blade of Wind, our radar detected another flying object entering the sanctuary. It appeared to be the Red Constellation's Beowulf. It followed us here? Yes, and it set down another sight on the opposite side of the great tree without engaging us at all. It then took off again after a short while. Can you imagine they came to collect the Red Ogre and Bloody Shirley? Damn it. If we weren't so pressed for time, we could have arrested them and brought them in for questioning. I understand how you feel, but there are other priorities. Sadly, the standby team was in no position to stop them either. If there is anything Jaegers are skilled at as combat, it is knowing when and how to retreat. There's a possibility we could cross paths with them again someday. But right now, all that matters is focusing on resolving this incident. Precisely. Prepare well before heading to your final battle, and good luck to you. And there may come a time when we trade blows with the Red Constellation again. However, that is hardly a concern compared to resolving the incident before us. You should make sure you are prepared before heading into the final battle. Yes, of course. Sometimes when I have to endure the anxiety, just like I'm fighting right alongside you all. Oh, I hate anxiety. So I want to do my part too. That's why I'm always praying for Noe and everyone else's safety. Please keep coming back to us in one piece. I'm going to keep praying for Noe and the team safety when you head to the final battle. Please keep coming back to us in one piece. And you guys have any idea how worried sick we were when you went to go fight that guy? Whatever. I'll let it slide since you came back, alright? Hurry up and fix this mess so I can go back to my chill life to surf in the Orbital Net. Make sure you give it your all. Hurry up and fix this mess so go back to the Orbital Net. Let's make sure we rest while we're here. Seeing as we're going to be heading into the final battle. Downstairs first. And this is it. The end is finally here. We've come so far. All that's left is to believe in ourselves and charge into one last battle. Though even if we succeed, there will still be difficult days ahead of Crossbell. It's true. But if we're ever going to see the light at the end of the tunnel, we have to take it one day at a time, Noel. Our victory today will be the first step toward protecting the future of Crossbell. I think my dad would say the same thing if he were here with us. The first step. The next step in protecting Crossbell. We'll take it together, Lloyd. For I'm a police officer or guardsman, I'm your friend and comrade who loves her state. Come so far. Let's left sleeve, one last battle. It wouldn't advance quickly. Finally, path to Kier is finally open. Mr. Grimwood and Bell are waiting for us too. You're going to be okay, Ellie. Bell likely has a personal stake in all of this. She's always had a quirky personality, confusingly so. At times. But that is part of what drew me to her. But no matter what her reason is, a plan that hinges on the sacrifice of someone else is unacceptable. I feel the same way. When I'm still unsure what Maria Bell and Mr. Grimwood's ultimate goal is, I know that we can't let them abuse Kier any longer. Listen, Ellie. It might be hard to go up against your best friend, but know that all of us are here to support you. Please, help us. I prepared myself for that. I've been friends with Belle since we were little. It is why I will make her see the error of her ways. Her likely has a personal stake in all of this. She's always had a quirky personality. It's just that they're just repeating the same at the moment, aren't they? Our journey's almost at an end. I don't know how useful Yin's skills will be against whatever it is Maria Bell has at her disposal. But if you want me on the front lines, I will fight alongside you all with everything I have. Thanks, Risha. Really. It's funny to think about how much history we have fighting alongside each other. And we didn't even know it was you. Sorry about that. I still have not decided whether I'm to follow the path of a performer or that of Yin. What I do know is that I want to protect Crossbell right now. It's the place that gave me a home with Ilya and others. If Yin's skill can be used to that end, then I won't hesitate to use it. Thank you, Risha. I'll take you up on that offer. Let's fight to protect what's precious to us. Together. Agreed. It's almost time. Final battle is going to determine the fate of Crossbell. I'm not sure what would have happened had the church personnel not already been assigned here. But we are, and we managed to make it this far. Getting to know the SSS like this, I'm sure you all can pull it off. I hope you've got all the gear and things in order before going into the final battle. Let's see about that, to be honest. So I feel like I need quite a few of these. Because you know me. EP charges. I've got quite a few of them. Get a few of these. Is there anything? I don't need smoke grenades, do I? Anything else I could think about getting? So I don't feel like I need. Let's make it this far. Yes. It'd help to get some useful information straight from the Divine Blade of Wind, but several mysteries still remain. Crossbell's own Grizzly Grim is the man behind the Azure Zero project. Mariabelle must have always known what Kia, the Septarian of Zero, is capable of. But how does she plan to use her now? The only way we're going to find out is by pressing forward and asking her directly. It's true. We'll make our way to them, and get the final answers we've been seeking, and hopefully learn why Kia agreed to join them in the first place. Don't worry about it too much for now. If there's one thing I've learned since joining the SSS, it's that the bond you all share with Kia is the real deal. No matter what happens, as long as you all continue to fight for her, there's hope that she'll listen. And that's what I've been banking on. But hey, what's all this talk about you all? Make it sound like that doesn't include you, Wazzy. You remember the SSS and part of our family. Kia would say the same thing, so let's go win her back. You really do have a way with words, you know that? Have it your way. Make it 3 overprotective dads that Kia has. Indeed. Our final showdowns with the Snake, Mariabelle, and Mr. Grimwood, the Puppet Master. If this was only about fighting strength, then it might not match up as well as my uncle or Arios. But they're using Kido's power, Septarian of Zero. It's gonna make them tough nuts to crack. Yeah, this might be even more difficult than our battle with Arios. Let's not forget, the truth's waiting for us up there. We can't back down now. When did you get good enough to start finishing my sentences? I've been hanging out for so long that I already knew what you were gonna say. Don't you worry. I ain't backing down. I mean, our little girl's waiting for us. We can't let her down. Exactly. Let's bring Kia home. On a showdowns with the Snake, Mariabelle? Oh, I don't know why I'd bother checking this. I knew it'd be the same. It's been 3 years since Guy Banning's passing. Now the truth has finally come to light. McLean has been shouldering the burden of truth for years. What a fool. It's been his penance for everything that happened. His way of moving forward. And it's also been his source of strength all these years. I call strength, I call folly. Deep down, he knows it. That's why he gave you the opening you needed. And aside, you found the truth you sought about your brother's death, yes, Bannings? Yeah, I really have. There are still feelings to sort out once it's over, but I'm content for now. Now there's one final barrier standing in the way of the SSS. We have to defeat Mariabelle and Mr. Grimwood to bring an end to this. That's right. As I have told you, one step at a time. Now is the time to take the final one. I hope you're ready. I am. There's not much more to say now that you all have come this far. I know a tough battle is standing in your way, but Adios is watching over you. Please be careful, and may the goddess keep protecting you all. Learning that Guy was murdered by Mr. Grimwood, one of his best friends, left me speechless. Why would he go to such lengths for the Azure Zero project? More than anything, it made me wonder if you really can stop a conspiracy that even Guy could not. Again, it's so Falcom though, it's just, as I was saying at several points in the past, it's like, it's obvious to me that it was Mr. Grimwood who did it. And it was like, why is that bit obvious? What are you trying to hide? And it's the fact he was the freaking mastermind behind it all. I still love that. I'd say those are all valid concerns. Honestly, I'm starting to think that Mr. Grimwood's resolve may be even greater than Arios's. But that's why we have to show him that. Despite the circumstances and odds that have been stacked against us, our resolve is still greater. A resolve greater than Mr. Grimwood's. You are correct. We will, Lloyd. If there were ever a moment when we had to surpass Guy, it would be now. Right, let's do it, Tio. Right, so, the last two outside, I imagine? Assume these two have changed. Long ago, the Septonian mirage, Demiurgus, chose to erase itself from existence rather than continue on. I told you about that before, did I not? We did. It ended up going wild, and to stop hurting those it was sworn to protect, it decided to end its existence entirely. Could Kia follow the same fate as the Septonian of Zero? I cannot say for certain. However, in accepting her role as the Septonian of Zero, she conjured forth this tree, force which can even rival that of the goddess. As things stand, there is no guarantee that she will be capable of controlling such a vast power for long. It is possible that with time, Kia herself will come to the same conclusion as the Septonian of Mirage, Demiurgus. I understand. That's why we're here. As long as we remain standing, I won't let that happen to her. I have come to expect nothing less. It's like, yeah, it's basically the same. So you guys managed to get one over on Arios, huh? Oh boy, I'm at a loss for words at how far you've all come this year. Talk about a change of the guard, eh? Now the SSS really has supplanted Arios' Crossbell's heroes. What a scoop! I don't know about that. Despite everything Arios did, I don't see Crossbell ever viewing him as anything but a hero. And that's okay too. You've matured, Lloyd. You know that? Anyway, since you guys were able to surpass Arios, I genuinely believe that you can overcome anything now. At this rate, I'm really looking forward to the after party. Don't let me down, okay? Never. Yeah, it's gonna be the same again. Oh no, there was a star that time. No! I missed something with a star. What was that? Hopefully it will reset. You've come so far. My chest is swelling with pride seeing how you little chicklets have grown up. I genuinely believe that you can overcome anything you set your mind to now. That's right, I'm really looking forward to the after party. Yeah, the little star. Lovely. Right. To the final elevator, I suppose. Here we go, then. Kira's up ahead. And with her, the truth. Let's steel our resolve and solve this case once and for all. Use the lift. Trying to catch a glimpse of everything we're being shown here. Why? Like some of these things, like there. Just trying to get like small glimpses of everything we're being shown. It's like, yeah, Mr. Grimwood keeps coming up, sure, but that fire, what was the fire? I don't know what the fire is. And we keep being shown images of there, off to the left, just then. It's like very much trying to get a good glimpse of the one I'm talking about. I'm sure... Isn't one of these images from Third? And it's actually Rufina. Again, I want it to pop up. It's like it just keeps being like slightly off to the side or not in full view, and I'm just wanting one to just show up at the right moment. Like, come on. Come on. Just show me. It might come up very clearly in a minute for all I know. Anyway, what is this? Is this what's happening across Crossbell? No, not just that. How crazy are bits of the past mixed in there too? Fragments of reality. Causality that has been linked through space-time itself. There, Rufina. And again, absurd, but not impossible anymore. The Septonian of Zero. In its final form, the Azure Tree. What the? Smirk on my face. That was from when we infiltrated the Sun Fort the first time. But why were Estelle and Joshua not with us? And... what's the matter with you four? Did you see something that we couldn't? Yeah, but only for a second. I think I'm starting to understand what Kia's power truly is. You guys died. Ooh. Very yeast at the moment. Hence that chest. Road to the farthest end. Nothing needs to be said at this point. Let's do this, Lloyd. Yeah. Oh, there's a thingy here. Yeah, it's like, it's clear like, yeah, the timeline got reset when they died. Kia reset it. I've been suspecting that for so long. You're here.
ようこそ。世界の最果てにして全ての因果律の中心へ。
ロイド、エリー、ティオ、ランディ。ノエルにたどりまで。
Doodles is Doodles.
キア。
よかった。無事でしたか。
ヒボ、大丈夫なのか。
もう心配ばかりかけて。
ごめんね。キア、ロイドたちにずっと話せなかったことがあって。黙っていて、騙していてごめんなさい。
Stop, you have nothing to apologize for. I care far more about your safety than that. Every kiddo keeps secrets from their parents, don't they? I ain't any different. You two, you've done nothing but take advantage of Kia and put her up to this. Belle, Mr. Grimwood, you have to say for yourselves. Your anger is justified. My, you always were hiding a pair of claws, weren't you? Despite what you may think, you're only following Kia's wishes to the letter. Isn't that right, Kia? Is that what you're telling yourself? How's about you hop out of there so we can talk this thing out? We are overdue for a family meeting. Thank you, everyone. But I can't leave this spot. So, Kia, why? Has something to do with your power as the Septarian, doesn't it? Well, go ahead, Kia. Why not tell them? Tell Lloyd and the others that you're doing this for their sakes. What was that? Unlike the lost Septarian of Mirage, Kia has the ability to manipulate time and space as the Septarian of Zero. The power of Mirage allows her to change causality. When combined with the abilities to alter space-time, Kia is able to shape reality. Shape reality? How can that... Explain yourself. Gaining this ability has been the goal of the Azure Zero project from the beginning. To shape reality, in other words, the power to manipulate causality to the point where the world as we know it can be changed. The hell? She can change reality? All the world's events are meant to be linked to one another through causality. Being able to manipulate it would, in theory, allow you to change the past, present, and future. Well done, Tio. I knew you'd understand. You're correct. It's akin to having administrator positions on the Orbital network. Access and rights to alter anything you desire. One could even exchange their sad, strife-filled reality for one of peace. Perhaps they could replace this reality in which Crossbell is oppressed and at the mercy of Erebonia and Calvard. But one where Crossbell reigns over those two nations. It is, in theory, possible. What the... That's absurd. Oh, get the hell off. Is that supposed to be some kind of joke? Something like that could never happen. Is that what you think? How can you say that when you were once saved by the very power yourself? Huh? Saved by? Wait, that vision in the elevator. Were you saying that when we infiltrated the Sun Fort we... die.
私を見つけて。
Yep. So it finally dawned on you, Lloyd. Reality has already been altered once, albeit only slightly. The reality in which you four were killed by Johann Gunther after he went berserk in a fit of demonic rage. You've gotta be shitting me. In the first reality, you all didn't become as good friends with Estelle and Joshua, or with Ren either. That night, the four of you went in alone, and Ren never came to help. The Kia of that original reality made a choice. She embraced her power as a Septarian and rewrote the causality of the past. That domino effect led to all of you helping the Angel of Slaughter confront her trauma. In turn, that brought you closer together with those two Liberli embracers, and they eventually became your allies that night. Meaning that, at the original moment in which you all should have died, the Angel of Slaughter instead came to your rescue. That's impossible. She doesn't seem like she's lying. Truth is stranger than fiction, isn't it? But there's so much more to the power of the Septennium Zero possesses. Avoiding your tragedies was only the beginning. The Azure Tree. It's a divine tree that can amplify Kia's powers and link her to the world itself through the septium veins. Not only will we be able to prevent needless death, it can even shape reality to one Ian described a moment ago. And it's what this tree is made for? If that's supposed to be a joke, we ain't laughing. Isn't it wonderful? Imagine the possibilities. If its power is ours to control, there'd be nothing to fear. No sorrow, no tragedy. We could grant happiness to the entire world. Mankind could be freed from the shackles of uncertainty and could live in the pursuit of the greater good. The greater good. Such a potential would be akin to alchemy's greatest secret, Ars Magna. Hell, you can't be serious. Mr. Grimwood, is this really what you want? And they say one must be ready for anything. Human history is filled with all manner of risks and endless possibilities. Kia's gift allows us to mitigate those risks and only live in the most desirable outcome. That fact cannot be denied. Even if it means burdening Kia, an innocent girl, with the weight of the world. The Septarian and Mirage suffered under the same weight and was racked with guilt until it finally decided to erase itself. How? How in your right mind can you force such a burden onto a little girl? Lloyd, please. That's why we're here. To prevent that from happening. It was never our intention to have Kia bear that burden all by her lonesome. Knowledgeable people like Ian here will be with her every step of the way to move the world in the right direction. That way history won't repeat itself. We're talking about overthrowing the very concept of democracy. You know as well as I do that there are consequences to our democratic system, Ellie. Time and again it is guilty of mobocracy and being unable to act when its people need it the most. This is the case not only in Crossbell, but in all nations. Wouldn't you agree? Maybe, but... To be clear, I have no intention of forcing only my opinions or beliefs onto Kia. I'd like to request the cooperation of knowledgeable statesmen like Speaker McDowell as well. Indeed, it would also be a good asset to have, again, from a managerial perspective. Also yourselves. It would only be right for the SSS to be taken into consideration as well. Opening a path to a new era will call for the input of promising young people such as yourselves. As far as all of you are concerned, because of how hard you fought to make it here, you can each know better than anyone what must be done for the coming era. What do you say? Will you join me? That would mean... Damn, that's a pretty hard sell. Mr. Grimwood, you still haven't answered my question. Is this really what you want? Are you fine with burdening an innocent girl with the weight of the world? All things have an innate dignity. People, society, history. All of which make mistakes, and those mistakes can sometimes lead to tragedy. Raising those tragedies from the past violates the dignities of the ones who carry those disasters in their hearts. Such as everyone who has ever gained strength by recovering from loss. You already know the value of that resolve, don't you, Mr. Grimwood? Lloyd, It's true. It's impossible for any one person to always make the right choice, let alone all of us. But if we pretend those mistakes didn't happen, we never grow and learn where we went wrong. And that's what it means to learn, work, and move forward together. And your plan here would scrap all that. Lloyd. Kia, please come back to us. You don't need to do this. You don't have to force yourselves for our sakes. In the other reality, the one where we lost our lives, can't imagine the pain we put you through or how broken your heart was. I'm so sorry, Kia. Had we not let you down, then you never would have... But you didn't. Going through with it was my decision. Please, Lloyd, don't apologize. No, Kia. That were the truth, then why do you still look so sad? You realize it, don't you, Kia? The fact that you were so heartbroken that you used your powers to undo our deaths. You know it wasn't fair. Kia, I'm not going to stand here and tell you that I'd rather be dead, but cheating death ain't exactly normal. Mr. Grimwood, Bell, I believe the same is true of politics. There are times when society has to take the difficult path ahead, even if it's going to lead to suffering. Because nothing is gained by taking the easy way out. Really? Relying on Kia's transcendental powers for everything in life. That's not politics anymore. It's religion. We should be coming together to resolve our problems with open dialogue and a fair process in place. That's the core of self-governance. We're not naive. We know the dangers that Crossbell will face without Kia's power to protect us. Continental turmoil, economic crisis, and Erebonia will undoubtedly be coming for Crossbell when its civil war ends. Yet in spite of those threats, forcing the responsibility of protecting all of us on Kia still isn't the right thing to do. If we come to rely on only her miracles, then as a people, we're never going to grow. That's why, even if it may be painful, we know the path we have to take. Lloyd. So, this is how it ends. I was told myself I wasn't holding a personal grudge for what happened, but in some respects I knew I was lying to myself. How fitting that the team-carrying guy's legacy would be the ones to reproach me in the end. Mr. Grimwood, I am sorry. I was never in the position, nor did I have the right to tell you the truth. Forgive me, Kia. I've misled you in so many ways. The decision should be in your hands. You must decide what to do. I believe in you. Mr. Grimwood. Maribel, I apologize for not being able to meet your expectations. My role in all of this ends here. That's fine. I don't object at all. In the beginning, the only role you were meant to play was drafting the plans for our project. Thank you for your contributions, Ian Grimwood. Uh-oh. Yep. No. Bell? I suppose this is retribution for my sins. Guy, Lloyd, I'm sorry. Mr. Grimwood, what have you done? Bell, why? Useless tools are to be disposed of. And just so you know, Kia, the same goes for you. Kia, what the hell are you doing to our little girl? She brought this upon herself. If she wants to be difficult, then I'll just have to turn her into an adorable doll with no will of her own. She is, after all, only a homunculus that was gifted life by the Croix family's top-secret alchemy. In other words, she's my property to do with as I please. Shut your mouth. Bell, can you hear yourself right now? How can you do something so horrible? I'm going to eat those words.
いいでしょう。私はマリアベル・クロイス。女神を超える至宝を求め、全てを犠牲にしてきた一族の末裔。その1000年の猛襲の重みと、あなた方の1年にも満たぬ絆のどちらが果たして強いのか。 互いに視力を尽くして比べてみるとしましょうか。
You're planning on it. Bell, I'm not going to hold back. S-level threat identified, engaging at full firepower.
ようこそ私の世界に。
ここは引けま
Okay,
せ
what
ん。
we got here? Why are we got? We're spaced out quite significantly. Can I even move like? I can. Okay, I don't want a raging spin, but I do want to go in there. So let's move in.
私の番ね。
Okay, I'm worried about the little guys around the place. Is there anything I can do in terms of getting rid of them?
エニグマ駆動。
What the? What?
任せろ。
I see, I see.
これで終わりだ。くらえ。わ
Ooh. Quite weak then.
はい
Okay, then let's throw out something like that Avalon Gate and try and get rid of all those guys then.
さてと、フォロワーかしら。
What's that gonna
あらあら、大変ですわ
do?
ね。
Well, Avalon Gate's incoming, so
へい、
we might destroy them.
それ
I've seen Avalon Gate so much. Like, throw that out again. Screw.
さてと、フォロ
Oh my
あらあ
god.
ら、大変ですわね。
任せてくれ。
It's definitely a case of like keep throwing all that out. And,
おいでなさい、混沌の住人たち。
what are you doing? Oh, that's fine.
ええ、
Okay, so I'll just cycle in on your
俺
own
の
ones.
番だな。
It's very much a case of like she's trying to keep us distracted, isn't she? That's what's going on here.
大変ですわね。
私の
So
番
if I
で
can
す
get Tio's Avalon Gate out, like keep throwing out that, we'll get a speed buff on her and stuff like that, I think. Wait, what's going on?
いい子たちね。
行くぞ。
What happened then? I genuinely don't know.
俺の番だな。
So let's get rid of them. Okay, so let's get a Chrono Drive on Tio, because then if she's got the like big AoE,
それ
she can get rid of stuff very quickly.
行くぜ。
Cool.
おいでなさい、混沌の住人たちよ。
Well, that's cool. They're next to each other now.
エニグマ私の番です
Okay, Avalon Gate again. Like if we just keep the Avalon Gate going,
フォロワーかしら。
if they're gonna come in, yeah, sure, but
ですわね。
just gonna get them destroyed over and over again.
こんなの
What did that do?
かしら。
There goes my buffs.
俺の番だな。
Okay, so if she's gonna keep getting rid of the buffs, then maybe like get something like a rune out instead. Just start throwing out this on her instead.
任せろ。エニグマ駆動。
Thinking it very much like this should be the pattern then. It's very much like with you, Rune of Tempest, so the arts deal 150% damage. So we got the reflex and everything.
フォロワーかしら。
Those guys will keep coming, yeah.
さてと
At the same time, get Avalon Gate going.
信者よマロ見ててあげます。
I'd fail to take that into consideration, obviously. Not too bad, really. In the grand scheme of things, it's not that bad. Like, that one just keeps throwing me off. We've got Avalon Gate, that'll come and destroy everything around. 16 going on 7. What the hell is
フォ
that?
ロワー。大
And just keep this pattern going, right?
エニグマ俺の番だな
That really should be it for the pattern.
やっ
行きます
Keep everyone gate going.
あるある大変ですわね
It's fine, he should heal himself at some point.
ここだ
Example, that gate comes down, boom, boom. Because it's hitting Bell as well, so it's like, recast it.
行くぞ
And let's see about getting your EP back up, so you can keep recasting that.
結構やりますわね
Because that definitely does help.
行くぜ
Again, just Crimson Ray.
おいでなさい本当の住人たちよ
And I don't want to get a heal out on you guys.
駆動
And she's not throwing out the things at the moment, so go like Shadow Blade or something.
皆さん大丈夫ですか
ありがとう
Oh, thank you very much.
それ
It's like, I've got to go in there now, haven't I? Because it's like, I don't see any other way to... Like, she's not causing the things to come back. Which was what I was basing everything on. She's not throwing those out anymore. Fine.
行きますドライブ開始
よし
I recast it.
おいでなさい本当の住
Why is she not throwing the things out anymore? There we go.
行くぜ
So it was very strange.
任せてくれ
さてと頃合いかしら
There's that again. So, ooh, we need our EP up. That was going to be Randy's job, but then I got they're just sort of like, what do I do now? What was that? It was one of her dolls, wasn't it? Oh, two of her dolls. Oh,
よし任せろ
it's going to be doing a number on YouTube, isn't it? In terms of like the bit rate.
私の番です
Okay, Avalon Gate
ドラ
again.
イブ開始
We can make those two go away. Okay. Can't get there.
それ
It's fairly simple, this fight so far. I'm assuming that this isn't like the final boss or anything like that. Cast that.
よし
So you just can't get there because things are in the way. Tio, we need your Avalon Gate.
ドライブ開
行
始
くぜよし
They can't get in an attack. Speed's down, that's annoying.
や
Just get rid of that. Let's get everything out of the way now.
俺の番だなよし
I don't even know what you're doing there because I'm turboing through it. Because it's like, this is a fairly simple fight, right?
いえ何せ
It's so funny doing that. I don't know why.
気合を入れろ
Ooh, that actually really helps.
俺の番だ俺の番だな
Oh, hello.
楽しんできてくださいねあら運がいいですね
This may screw me, I just don't know. Oh my god. Didn't expect to have that come back. Evil Mishi. Devil's stomach. Oh, not too bad.
ダメダメです
任せてくれ
No, we can get her back up, that's not an issue.
エニグマ駆動それ
There we go. Problem solved, she's back. I don't want to use burst or anything at this point.
任せろ
There we go.
言えませんわ
That was too easy, I didn't have to put much thought into it, so I'm just waiting for like, what's gonna happen then. graduating 4.3 on that. It's like because of the amount I killed, surely, right? Keeper is now level 5. Rune of Transience.